to another Pilates episode. So I'm going to be using this small squishy ball for today's class, and we'll also be using some mini bands. So throughout the class today, be prepared to either grab your small ball or your bands. If you don't have a ball and you happen to have a Pilates magic circle, then by all means you may grab that as well for some of the exercises. You won't be able to use it for all of them, but just in case you don't have that. You could also probably use a pillow for some of them, but really, you really want to try and get into having this small ball. The bands, I have enough here because I can never make up my mind. I really like to fine tune my exercises. So I have a heavy, well, this is an extra heavy, a heavy, a medium, and a light. So I did not go with the extra light for today. So we've got our two sets of equipment that we're going to need today. And again, we're going to be doing some mat Pilates and just enhancing the workout a little bit with our equipment. So make sure you have those on hand. If you don't have the mini bands yet, why not? Get them from Amazon, super easy. Comes in a set of 5. And then, or else you could use a long band, which I have hanging up on the wall there. So like that green band, it's a long flat band. You could use something along those lines, or you could use nothing at all. So let's go ahead and get started. And my name is Rachel. If you have not met me before, then welcome to my garage. So we're going to take this ball here and we're going to place it behind the small of the back. The higher the ball is, the easier your exercise. So I'm going to put it just underneath my rib cage for right now. So it's just slightly below my bra line. Arms are going to reach down. I'm going to open up my chest and close it. And open so I get some spinal extension and close it. If you need some neck support, you can go ahead and put one hand behind your head. Give yourself that support. If you put both hands behind your head, you're going to notice that your abdominals work a lot harder. So I don't want to do that right off the bat. So I would just stick with the one hand. And then notice with the chin here, I kind of keep it tucked in towards my chest even when I lean back here. So I'm opening up my rib cage. And then I squeeze my belly to bring my ribs down. Let's do one more time. Open and close. This next one, we're going to lean back all the way. And feel free to readjust yourselves. And we're going to take those arms overhead and then bring them back down. So in Pilates, we want to try and work on increasing the posture. So a lot of us spend a lot of time in a forward fold position, or we're working on our desks at our computers, and we don't get this full spine extension. Let's go ahead and leave those arms down beside us, and we're going to do a snow angel here. If this bothers you, remove the ball. As simple as that. So open that chest here, doing a nice snow angel. We're keeping those knees bent. Sweep those arms. We'll do 2 more. 1 more. And then to come out of it, because we've been in this position for a while, what I want you to do is just roll yourself down. The ball comes up to your shoulder blades. Nice and easy. So we'll bring that ball just again below that bra line, and you can prop your elbows on the floor here. So forearms come down beside you. Drop those shoulder blades back. Drop them. Press them down to the floor, lift that head up, and we're going to alternate lifting legs here. So right leg lifted, left leg lifted. No big deal, right? So we could probably do this all day. So what I want you to do is find your abdominals, squeeze your abs to lift your legs and lower it down. See if you can maintain your pelvic stability here. Pilates is about gaining that awareness in your body. Finding all those small muscles, make them do the work. Squeeze the belly to lift the legs. Keep your chest open and lifted. Eyes looking over the knees or down at your navel so that chin is over your chest. not open to the ceiling. That will definitely give you a neck ache. Let's lift up the right leg, hold it. Lift up your left leg, hold it. So there you should definitely feel some more work. Try to push your low back down to the ground. That's where it gets a little bit trickier. So we're gonna inhale, tap one toe down the floor, exhale, lift up. Keep that chest open, exhale, pull that leg up. Inhale, tap down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale up. Inhale down, exhale, lift the leg. We're gonna do a few more. Again, keeping those hips nice and still, keeping that chest open, eyes looking down to that navel. Let's do one more time each side. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Go ahead and bring those feet down to the floor one at a time. Good. We're going to push ourselves up. Remove that ball and place it between your knees as you roll all the way down to the ground. Ball between the knees. Nice bridge for me, please. We're going to go into spine neutral bridge. So just lift those hips straight up and down. Got a nice gentle squeeze on that ball. So what we're doing here is bringing all that work in towards the midline. Squeeze that ball, we engage those inner thighs. Start to bring your hip bones together. And you think about even zipping your pubic bone up to your rib cage as you lift those hips. Up and down, up. Let's lift this next one up and hold it. Adding on here, hold your right leg in tabletop. This is an option, you do not have to. Single leg bridge, lift and down. Try to keep that squeeze on that ball. If you want more, you can extend that right leg out so it's straight. And then if you're looking for even bigger challenge, take those arms up to the ceiling. So we're really working on that stability of the glute. And you don't have to lift it super high, just to get that squeeze in your butt, not feeling it in your low back. Let's do one more, please. Lift and down. And that should have woken up your booty. So switch legs here. We're gonna start with our hips up and our hands down. Lift that left leg into its tabletop position and we lower and lift. So I wanted a spine neutral bridge, which means we come back down and our spine should be in that neutral position, that little space between our low back and the floor. If you want more work, go ahead and extend that leg out. And then even more work, you can extend those arms up to the ceiling. So we're keeping that knee squeezing against the ball. We're still working on those inner thighs, but we get a little bit more in the buns, hamstrings. Do two more, please. Lift and down, lift and down. Very good. Go ahead and keep that ball between the knees. I want to readjust here. And your legs are going to lift up into that tabletop position. For starters here, you may just work on tapping your toes down towards the floor. As I said, towards the floor, you don't actually have to touch that floor. If you're feeling confident and awesome with this, and you're pulling those ribs down, you can tap both toes to the ground and lift. Inhale, tap down, exhale, squeeze up. Trying to maintain that low back, staying down the ground. Are you guys feeling those inner thighs yet? They should be waking up. Those abs should be waking up. Down and up. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. 3 and 2 and 1. Hold this. Arms come out to the side. Keep squeezing that ball. Tip those legs halfway over. Bring it back up to center. Switch directions. Now, something I like about this, we do the twists typically, so we get that rotation. But when we do, we tend to let those knees slide off of each other. So here we can keep those hips stacked and knees stacked while we have that ball squeezing between your knees. Tip to the side. Good, and make sure you're not dropping those heels. So keep those heels lifting. pulling those ribs down to your opposite hip. Twist, center, twist, center. We're gonna do 4 more. And 3, it feels amazing on your spine. And 2. And 1. Awesome work. Go ahead and remove that ball. We're gonna place it underneath the sacrum, that little bony part just above your tush. Okay, so we've got those arms down. That's gonna be our stability here. The ball, for lack of better words here, should be just coming right over the crack, okay? So not too much onto your tush, but it should not be into the middle of your spine either, where your ribs meet. So you're gonna find your comfy zone there. Lift those legs up into tabletop. So this should be our most challenging position so far. We're gonna tap single legs down to the floor and up. Down to the floor and up. You're working to keep your pelvis nice and still on that ball. If the floor is too much, just reach halfway down. Obviously, with having our hips up on the ball, it gives us a greater range of motion. We work beyond our normal range of motion. We have to keep that pelvis nice and still. We're gonna step this up a notch and go with those 2 legs together. Only if you're ready for it. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, pull back up. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, pull back up. Inhale, tap down. Exhale, up. And down. If you feel like your back is not liking this exercise, then change it up. Either go back to the single legs or remove your ball. There's so many options with this. We're gonna do 1 more, please. Good work. All right, I'll lower those feet down to the floor 1 at a time. Lift that ball up, or lift your buns up and remove the ball. We're gonna take the ball in our right hand, and it's gonna go against our left knee in that tabletop position. Left hand can go behind the head. So I want you to press your knee into the ball and press your hand into the ball. So you're making like a ball sandwich. Or, again, lack of better words there. We're gonna lift our head and shoulders and press the knee into the ball, and press the ball into the hand and hold it for 3, 2, 1, and down. Lift again, press for 3, 2, 1, and down. Up again, you're trying to press that ball away, but your knee is pressing back into it, and down. Up, press 3, 2, 1, and down. Press 3, 2, 1, and down. We're gonna extend that leg up, and we're gonna roll up and down. Roll up to your shin and down. Feel free to readjust your hand on the ball as you roll up. Again, you want to push into that ball, but you don't want that leg to go anywhere. So don't let it be pushed away. Roll up. Good, this time we're gonna roll the ball up and hold it. So it's against that shin, feel free to readjust. And we've got little pulses for 10 here. So we go 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep that arm strong. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Okay, I got a nice burn. So we'll take the ball, opposite hand, opposite knee. So left hand, right knee. Right hand goes behind the head. And we lift and we'll press into that for our 5 reps here. So we exhale, press in for 3, 2, 1, and down. Again. 3, 2, 1, and down. 3, 2, 1, down. 2 more of those. 3, 2, 1. 1 more. 3, 2, 1, and down. We're gonna go for that full roll up. So we press the ball up to the shin. Up 1. And I'm gonna readjust my ball. Roll it up 2, and 3. Up 4. One more time, please. Up 5. Good. Back at the top, hold it for those 10 pulses. Let's begin. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, there again was that burn. That was awesome. All right, we're gonna take that ball, place it between those ankles. Arms down beside you. If you need to bend your knees, then by all means, please do so. So we'll start with those legs straight up here, and we're gonna lower just to about 45 degrees, and then lift back up. And lower down to about 45 degrees, and up, and down, and up. Always keeping that low back, pressing down into the ground. When we don't have our feet connected to something, for example, straps from the reformer, or the floor, like from the bridge, then we need to keep that back pressing down. It's just the safest. And down, and up. One more time, please. Down, and up. Let's hold here. Get a little stretch for those hamstrings. Grab the back of those ankles there, and rock from side to side. We have circles. We're going to draw a circle on the ceiling with that ball, and then we'll alternate directions. Let me show you a modification. So you can always bend those knees and circle here. You'll find it much easier if you draw it with your kneecaps versus your shins. All right, so you'll draw the circle from your kneecaps if you're keeping those legs bent. If you're going to straighten out those legs, then draw it from your toes. So alternating circles. It's our corkscrew. So we circle clockwise, change at 12 o'clock. Good. Pause and change at 12 o'clock each time. So bring those feet back up at 12 o'clock or your knees. And good. Again, we're keeping that midline nice and strong. So those inner thighs should be talking to you and getting some work. Good, last one here. Wonderful. Go ahead and lower those feet down to the floor, but don't lose your band. We're gonna turn onto our side. All right, face me. Head can go in the hand or it can stretch out on your arm, whatever you are more comfortable with. I like my head up in my hand. We're gonna keep that waist lifting off the ground, so make sure you keep those abdominals pulling in, and then we're gonna stretch out those legs. So we're gonna lift those legs, both of them off the ground here. Lift and down, lift and down. So there's a couple of places that we could be feeling this. I think the first one is obvious with the waist work in there. And then the second one should be fairly obvious with the inner thigh working. Mostly on that bottom leg, so whatever your bottom leg is. Keep that belly scooping in. Good. We're gonna do 2 more. We're gonna lift and hold on this one. We're gonna work on pulling those knees in and out. In and out. In. I have rocked back just slightly, so I'm not directly on top of my hip anymore. 1, that'll hurt. And 2, there's not enough surface area, so you'll end up wobbling around anyways. So bring those knees in and press them out. So working on those inner thighs. And I have to keep my hand here, otherwise I fall over. And we definitely don't want to do that. So in and out, 2 more. In and out, 1 more time. In, hold it out. Pulse the feet together, so we squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Good, just kind of finishing up those inner thighs here. Good. Let's do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and release it down. Very good. Put yourself up into a seated position. Give yourself a quick stretch for those inner thighs. So you can rock from side to side there. Smooth that up. We're going to put that ball under the same side that we were just lying on. Just lying on. Make sure that you don't lay on the little, what's the thing called, stick, whatever keeps the air from popping out. That's not comfortable. Alrighty, so I'm gonna stretch out my bottom arm here, and I'm gonna stretch out my legs. So now I'm gonna lift with my upper body. So I'm gonna lift and down, and lift and down. And if you want to take your arm to the feet, I'm good with that. So we're lifting and reaching, and lifting and reaching. Let's add that top leg. Let's lift and down. So we're already propped up part of the way because of this ball, right? So that's kind of nice. Lift and down. So we're getting those obliques. Lift. Let's do one more time. And lift. Good. So top leg only lifts up and down and up and down and up and down. And we don't have to get crazy about lifting it too high to the ceiling. Lifting, lowering. I gotta adjust my foot. I felt like my foot was being a little lazy there. So when it drops down there, I kind of want to keep it pressing out through that heel. Good. 2 and 1. Very good. Alrighty. This top leg. We're still going to use that top leg. So just remember which leg is on top here. Grab your ball. Place that ball behind the knee. You can stay up on your hands and knees here. You need to double up your mat to be underneath your knees, make those a little bit more comfortable. Then go ahead and do so. Otherwise, we're going to lift that knee up towards the ceiling. Be aware of your spine. Are you arching your back? Your back. Okay. So keep those abs tight, lift up, squeeze booty. And then are you sinking from your shoulders? You want to be strong with those shoulders. So lift and lower. Lift. If this is too much on your low back, drop yourself down to your elbows. All sorts of options here. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. I'll give you a few tips as we go through this. We'll do 3 just ways that I find it easier for myself to hold this up. We're going to squeeze the heel towards the butt. Towards the butt. Good. So you get that hamstring curl. Squeeze it. And we're also working your buns as we keep that foot lifted here. Squeeze. 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 And squeeze. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. I'm going to lift up the same arm that my leg has ball. So for me, I have my ball behind my left knee. My left hand is going to stretch out. I'm going to lift the ball to the side and down. Side and down. Side and down. And I want you to keep these exercises in mind because you're going to see a lot of the same ones with the mini Lucky us, we get to do them twice-ish. And lift and down, lift and down, lift and down. Let's do 3 and 2 and 1. Good work. Bring that on down. Remove that ball. So we're going to do everything on the other side, and then we'll go ahead and use our mini bands. So, lying on the other side, we're going to place that ball between our feet. Make sure I don't lay on the microphone here. All the way down, so if you guys want to lay your head on your arm, or if you want to put your hand in your head like I have it, then go ahead and do that. So we're going to lift those legs off the ground. Make sure you prop yourself with that top arm so those hips can stay stacked. Scooping that belly in, and let's go ahead and lift. And down. Oh, immediately I get into those opposite side obliques. So my right oblique is up to the ceiling, and that's what I feel working here. Up and down, up and down. Good. All right, one more, please. So we're going to draw those knees in on this one. So we're going to draw knees in and out. In and out. So remember, it's okay to rock backwards just a wee bit. Don't fall back completely on your booty. Just rock back a wee bit. So we're still working in those obliques. And if you don't want to hold the ball, put it down. Gather it up for the next exercise. In and out. In and out. In. Good. 3 and 2 and 1. We're going to hold those legs out and we'll pulse the feet on the ball. Let's pulse. Squeeze. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Remove that ball from your feet. Go ahead and place it. Make sure you don't lay on this. Underneath your rib cage. And again, just be aware of that little post in the ball. We're going to stretch out here and lift up and down. You can either use your hand on the floor here, or you can stretch it out or up. And notice that I'm not making a big, huge movement to come up. I'm keeping my shoulder pulling down out of my ears. I'm using my waist to lift me up, just that little ways. Let's add that top leg. So lift and down, lift and down. I'm also stronger on this side, so this side works a little bit easier for me. And lift and down. Got 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Good work. All right, so we're going to place that ball behind our knee. So it should be at the opposite knee now. So we're doing the opposite side here. And again, hands or elbows, whatever works for you. And let's lift that knee up and down. Now, when it comes to some of my strength exercises, I love to do this exercise, but instead of the ball behind my knee, place a dumbbell. Yep, super good for that bum area. So keep those shoulders strong, belly in, lifting, and we're not arching the back to lift, so you'll kind of feel like you hit a wall or a ceiling, I guess, as you lift that leg up. And if you need to drop down to those elbows, then go ahead and do so. We are going to lift and hold, and then pull that heel toward your buns for the hamstring curl. And squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release. So as you can see, this can be done with any arm position as long as you keep those shoulders drawing down. I mean, whatever is comfortable for you. Only in the upper body and the back, not your butt. You want that to be working. Grab one more, please. Bring that knee down, raise that top arm or whatever arm has the same leg with the ball behind it, and we're going to take that leg out to the side and down, side and down, lifting and lowering. Good. Awesome. Great job. We're going to remove that ball. And then we can have a seat on our buns. Let's just get a little quick booty stretch before we go into our next round of work here. So, we're going to grab a band. I'm going to suggest a medium. You can try a heavy. I'm going to see how I feel. I'll start with a heavy, I'll tell you that. I'll start with a heavy, and then if I find that's too much, you'll see me move down to the medium. Okay. I think I'm already regretting my choice of the heavy. So the band is going to go around those ankles. I think I started on this side before, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay, so we're coming back down onto our sides. Remember, I said we would see some similar exercises. And I'm gonna prop my hands on the floor. So my top leg is pressing up into that band, and we're gonna lift and down. Notice I don't bring my feet all the way together, because if I do that, then I lose the tension on my band, and I don't like that. So I always wanna keep some sort of tension on my band. On the band. Press. Good. 6 and 7 and 8. Waist is drawing in. And 9 and 10. We're going to take the top hand behind the knee, or behind the head, and we're going to pull the knee to our chest. Knee to the chest. Good. Knee to the chest. My bands have a little grip on them, and I'm not letting the tension off, so that's why they're staying in place pretty well. But if you find that they are slipping, you can always anchor it around your bottom foot. So you can just put it around the arch of your foot. Pull that knee in and reach. Knee in and reach. 2 more, please. Reach. Last one. Good. Little pulses up, please. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. Turn it over onto your hands and knees. We're gonna go with a kickback here, but there's gonna be a minor change. So you need to place the band around the arch of your foot. Push out here. The bottom foot, I don't care what you do with it, just so long as the band doesn't slip off. So you might see me turn my toes under like so, all right, instead of having them flat down. Let's go ahead for that kickback. So push, and this one's going straight back. So instead of keeping that knee bent, like we did with the ball, pushing straight back. So those first few exercises, I was not loving the heavy band. This one I do. So keep those shoulders strong, pressing out, and out. Let's do 2 more, please. Squeeze that belly, and then keep the legs straight, and we're gonna go down, up 1, down, up 2, down, up 3, down, up 4, down, up 5, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Other side. So feel free to readjust your bands. And come on to your side for me, please. All right, we're pressing that top leg up into the band. Lift and down. 2, down. 3. Good. Make sure that you're keeping some tension on those bands. You don't lose them, and you should be feeling that outside part of the glutes there. Do 1 more. Hold this up, and then we pulse it for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it on down. We're going to turn onto our hands and knees, and bring it into that booty press. Sometimes I can get it around my foot, no problem. And then other times my bands get ornery. Alrighty, so go ahead and press straight back and in. So coming down to your elbows is an option. Press out and in, out. We want to try and get that foot level with your buns. So don't let it come closer to the floor. You want to try and use those booty muscles to lift that leg up. So we've got 3, that's tight, 2, keep the leg out, and we're going to tap the toe down and up, 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good work. We gotta work on the upper body a little bit here. Medium band. medium band. It's back in my pocket. I love the invention of pants with pockets. It's my favorite. I'm going to suggest that you put the band around your forearms, not around your wrists. So we're going to go for a push-up. I'd also suggest going from the knees. But if you're feeling super rad, then you may absolutely go from your toes. So hands are just about shoulder width apart here. Spread out those fingertips. Find your abdominals, and then go ahead and inhale, lower, and exhale, push. 1, and 2, and 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and hold 10. Stay here in this plank position. So if you need to drop to your knees, otherwise stay from your toes, and we reach out and out. I'm gonna take myself up to my toes and even widen them out just a little bit so that I'm a little bit more stable. And reach. If you wanna do this from your knees and keep your knees wide, that's a good option as well. So we'll do 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold. Lower it to the knees. Take your hands wide on the mat. Wide. So alternate, sorry. Should have said alternating sides. Wide. We have 4 more to do with these. So just burning out those shoulders. And 3, and 2, and 1. Excellent work. Sit back into your child's pose. Give yourself that nice little stretch. We'll sit it up. Heavy band or extra heavy band. I'm going to put it around my left foot and hold with my right arm or with my right hand. Right palm is going downward, and then I'm going to pull and rotate. So try to look over your right shoulder here. This should feel some lovely abdominal work. Is it comfortable on the hands? No, it's not. What's beauty without a little bit of pain? And row. Let's do 2 more, please. And good. The last one. So I was using my extra heavy band there. Probably could have gotten a little bit more range of motion had I used just the heavy band, but I really liked working on the strength of this aspect. I really got to scoop my belly. So let's go to the other side. And 1. And 2. And 3. 4. Make sure you turn your head with it. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Both those bands go down. We're getting to our light band. Light or extra light. Whatever you can tolerate here. Let's put those bands, I'm going to change my mind here. Let's put our bands around our forearms again. Lift those toes up to the ceiling. See if you can maintain this nice erect posture with your shoulders over your hips. We're going to take some tension on those bands to widen out those arms. Sorry, itchy nose. And then we're going to raise those arms up and down. Up and down. So from the front, we're reaching up and down. And we're trying to pull those arms over the head. But all the while, keep your shoulders down. So I'm not doing this to get my arms up. I want to drop my shoulders. Keep that tension on your band. Tension on your band. So keep trying to pull those arms apart. belly scooped in. Two more, please. I really like this one, which is why I did a few extras. Always makes my back feel awesome. All right, so we're gonna take those arms out in front of us. Just gonna breathe on my nose and just making it itch. So we've got those thumbs up to the ceiling, and we're gonna pulse apart. Those arms apart. What I want you to think about doing is pulling from the middle of your back there, between those shoulder blades. Open. Open. Yeah, your shoulders are gonna work, but whew, it should also be that upper back area. Let's do 3, 2, 1. All right. Good work. Let's keep this band. Put it around the feet. Get some more abdominal work in here. So fingertips behind the base of the skull. Right foot comes up, tabletop position. We're gonna keep that left foot down, and we're just gonna rotate towards our right leg. So right foot does not move anymore. It's up, it's staying stagnant. We're twisting towards that leg. There's 4, 5, 6, 7, don't want to lose my band. 8, 9, 10. Switch sides. Let's go right into that left. And twist. 1 and 2. Don't let that heel droop. 3. Keep it up to 90 degrees. 4. There you go. Keep crossing it over. 6 and 7. 8. Elbows open wide. 9 and 10. Head down, legs up. Adjust your band so you can go a little bit wider around, or a little bit lower around those ankles. So we've got our feet out nice and wide here. I want you to keep that pressure on your band. Fingertips behind the base of the skull. We're gonna lift up, do a crunch. Lower the legs down. Lift the legs up, do a crunch. Lower the legs down. Lift up, crunch, and down. Keep that low back down on the ground. Curl, lower, lift, curl, lower, lift, curl. Again, elbows stay open wide. Keep that pressure on your bands. We have 3 more of these. 3, 2. 1 more. We gotta lower the legs. Down and up. Superb. All right. Change that band out real quickly. Get your heavy or extra heavy on around those knees. You're almost to the end here. Okay. So butterfly those knees. Try to press those knees open, and we're lifting into that bridge. So we're on the outside edge of our feet. Bridging up here. Keep that pressure out into the band so you can keep pushing those knees nice and wide. Just feel the outside part of your buns working, which is a great part. Good. Let's do 3. My band wants to pull my knees back up so bad. I'm fighting it. Good. Hold this up and butterfly those knees. So press open, 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 open. Good. So keep pressing those knees towards the floor. Back of your neck nice and long. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower it down. Hug those knees in. Good. Bring it on up. All right, last exercise is done with the ball. So let's grab our ball, lie on our bellies. I don't know which way I want to lay, so I don't muffle the microphone. Alrighty, let's put both hands out onto, move this for a moment. go. I don't think that'll muffle it. All right, hands on the ball, please. Feet wide, especially if you have a tight low back. Arms gonna be out straight, and we're gonna pull those shoulder blades back. So let those shoulder blades move towards your back pockets, and let's lift the chest off the ground and forward. So here's a great time to stretch the belly, readjust your ball if necessary. Hopefully you guys are not feeling afraid to do that. Adjust things if they don't feel right. Let's add a leg lift here. Lift and switch. Lift and switch. Lift. Press into the ball. Using that spinal extension to lift up. Let's do 4 more. 4 and 3 and 2. Last one. Beautiful. All right, we are done. So let's take those hands underneath our shoulders. Sit back into that child's pose. And just turn your head from right to left. So you get that stretch through your neck. And switch. Very good. Pull yourself forward onto your hands and knees. We're going to sit back into plank and then bring your right leg forward for a little pigeon stretch. Stretching out those glutes and that forward leg. You can bring yourself down. If you want to bring your chest all the way to the floor, that's up to you. We're going to get a little spinal twist here. So we're going to take our opposite hand and reach through towards that bent knee. So for example, my right knee is bent. I've got the booty stretch on my right side. I'm taking my left arm and threading it through. Good. Bring yourself up to center. Tuck your left toes. Stretch back into plank and switch legs. So now my left leg is coming forward. And you can ease yourself down into this stretch if that's for you today. It doesn't have to be. Always listen to your body. And each day is going to be a little bit different. We're going to thread our right arm through here so our shoulder comes down to the floor. Get this little twist. And bring it back up. Good. I want you to spin around and face me. And then we'll get a little side bend. Stretching out the waist. So you guys did some good work there on those obliques. And other direction. Good. And just give yourself hands on knees. Drop your chin forward. And roll that chin from side to side. Good. Excellent work, everybody. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll look forward to seeing you the next time. Take care.